Hello, everybody. Welcome to World Border Breakers with Taiwanda Bason. We're so glad to have you join us today. I want to remind you, if you can, go ahead and share the broadcast to let people know that we are here. And also, if you have any questions, make sure you jot those down in the comment section and we'll get to those at the end of the broadcast. So today we have a very special edition of Lifestyles and Cribs Abroad coming from Johannesburg, South Africa with and we have the awesome couple Mark Blanton and Dr. LaTasha Blanton, the founders and owners of the Real South Africa with us.
Hey. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, and thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us today. As you guys can see, they are outside of their lovely home in the neighborhood. They're going to start out showing us a little bit of their surroundings and just tell us what is happening out there in the real South Africa. And we hope that you guys will enjoy it. And we're going to go ahead and let them get started because we see they're out there in that bright, beautiful sun.
It's winter.
Yeah. Actually, right now it's winter
okay.
Here in South Africa because we're in the southern hemisphere and we're kind of like on the bottom portion of the southern hemisphere. But right now it's roughly about 68 degrees. Obviously, it's South Africa, so it's generally sunny most of the time anyway. And at night it usually gets around 40. But it's the middle of winter. I know we're in North America and other parts of the world, northern hemisphere. It's summer, but we get our summer later.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it.
Okay, cool. And so, do you want to tell them exactly where you're located in Africa?
Okay, go ahead, Tasha.
So we're located in Centurion, South Africa, which is just outside of Johannesburg. It's roughly right in the middle between Pretoria, which is the capital. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I should know that. And Johannesburg. So we're right in the middle of Centurion, and right now we live in Blue Valley Golf Estate. So these are just some of the houses that are around us. You can see some in the background. There's some to the left that we'll show you in just a little bit. But we're located in Centurion, South Africa.
Yep, on Blue Valley Golf Estate. Yeah,
okay.
We'll hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us how long you have been there?
We've been here. I mean, it's kind of a loaded question because we've been here, many times in South Africa visiting as visitors, but then ultimately we moved here. So we've been here roughly 9 months since September of 2018. We just decided to just say, you know what, it's time to come here because we loved it so much.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And exactly what are you doing there?
We're doing a lot of things. It's amazing. Like I said, we're entrepreneurs by heart, and so forth. So what we did was, since we were already coming here, we were already showing people South Africa. We decided to start our company here. It's called The Real South Africa at therealsouthafrica.com, of course. And so we do tourism. We do it very well. We've been very fortunate to be here since we have, got an opportunity to go to all the tourism events that they have here. There's a Minister of Tourism, which is kind of like a cabinet level position. And so we've been plugged into all the tourism spots, places from every province. So that's what we do. So now we ultimately want to, market this to the U.S. and so they can come here with us and see exactly what we see on a daily basis.
Okay. Sounds really good. And I guess we can go ahead and get started with the tour.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn this camera around, and what you're going to see is our home. Actually, we're going to show the neighborhood as well. But like I said, we're going to show our home first, and then later on, hopefully, if we got time, we can show you the rest of our neighborhood. So here we go.
Hang tight.
Okay.
Okay, this is where we live, here in Blue Valley Golf Estate. Pretty nice area. Everything is gated. This is our home, and so what we're going to do, we're just going to walk to our home, and we're going to have LaTasha give you the full spiel. I'll probably say something too, but there she goes.
Awesome.
So we're going to go through the front door. This is kind of a large door. What do you
Yeah,
think,
so
Tasha?
it's a pretty large door, but it's ample if you've got to bring in big furniture. So,
wow. Wow. Wow.
So
All right.
this is our entryway, and I'm going to take you upstairs first, actually, so you can see the view from my balcony.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So we're following Tasha. Keep in mind, we only been here about 9 months. So it's still a work in progress.
Wow. Nice.
This area here is called the pajama lounge, which back in the States we would call a den. Here, you basically just watch TV, hang out. It's really called the lounge simply because it's the room that's right off of the right off of the bedrooms. So everyone can come outside of their bedroom and lounge right here, watch TV. And there's a full bathroom here to your right or to my right that has a full shower tub and sink inside of there. But this is my favorite part of the house. I'm going to take you around in just a second.
And as you see, we liked the Obamas. Serious inspiration to us.
Yes, we see.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as soon as all of the rest of the houses get built, this view will be even more spectacular. But as you can see, they're still building houses here. Most of the houses here are built with brick, so no 2x4s and plywood, all brick bases. So you can see how that's.
And this is the neighbor's house being built.
Yeah, that's the neighbor's house being built.
And there's an empty spot over there if you need it.
Anybody want to buy some
land? There it is.
Right there. That's our view. So a nice view of the neighborhood off of our balcony. You can always look down into the pool, which we'll take you by in just a second.
Wow. It's very nice.
So a good little view of the entire valley, which is why it's Blue Valley. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going back inside.
Okay.
You have any questions?
Yes. So what actually made you guys move abroad?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. I'm going to let Tasha answer.
So it was a couple different things that I would say made us move abroad. I think the biggest thing was the simple fact that we had done everything we could possibly do in America. We were entrepreneurs for over 10 years. We did everything by the book, had good jobs, had college degrees, did all those things they tell you you're supposed to do to live that dream. But it was becoming stressful. And then after several visits here to South Africa, we realized that we could take everything that we had learned and apply that to South Africa and have a better quality of life. So in the end, it made sense for us to be here to enjoy all the fruits of our labor in America, but just do that here in South Africa.
Okay.
So that's the short version of it.
Okay. Awesome. And now, did you guys? Well, I know you guys work together as a husband and wife. You husband and wife team. Did anyone else go with you, like friends or other family, go with you when you made the move?
No friends, no family. We are each other's friends and family, and it was just one of those things that we decided to do for ourselves. We didn't ask a committee to vote on whether or not it was a good idea for us to move to South Africa. It was something that we knew in our heart and in our soul that was best for us to be able to live the life that we thought we deserved. So it was just us, and it was our decision alone. So no one came with us, just us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
I think. Yes.
No, but like I said, we do have visitors that come all the time. My daughter comes, and of course we got family that visits, and they're excited because they get to see something different and just relax for a little while. Yeah, so that's that.
Okay. And I like what
shut the door.
Okay, I like what Dr. LaTasha said when she said you guys didn't wait for a voting committee to give you the okay to go, because a lot of people that may be watching now or watching later, one of the things that keeps them from going abroad sometimes, or making that move, or leaves them in a quandary, is that they say that nobody supports them and everybody's against them leaving. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
Well, thank you for saying that. You know, it's not that it was something easy for our families to swallow, but at the end of everything, what we realize is that we only get one life, and it's just ours alone. And we decided that we would build our life, the ones that we chose to live together here in South Africa. And unfortunately, that means that you have to leave some of the things that you're used to, including, you know, biological family members, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, to live the life that you feel you deserve. And that's just, it was just best for us. And we couldn't rest knowing that if we chose to stay there, that we would be miserable for somebody else's gain. So it wasn't something that we would have been able to tolerate anymore.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Before we do that, I want to show you these flowers here.
The protea.
These are what they call the protea flowers. They're a little fuzzy on the end, like fur, and it's the South African national flower. And
Wow.
of course, we have them here. They're pretty interesting. I like them.
They're
And then
nice.
they actually bloom. Yeah, they actually bloom, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Nice.
Okay, so now we're following Tasha.
Okay, so we're going to swing on around here. So when you do finally come to South Africa, what you're going to realize is that they love to have their quality time, drinking their drinks and having some food. So just outside here is pretty much our sunroom or our braai pit area. So just to the right, you'll see basically an outdoor, I don't even want to call it a grill, but it's a braai. So that's where you do all your meat. You cook all your meat there. I'm sorry?
I said, open it up.
Oh, cook all your meat there, so you can kind of see. So you cook all your meat inside. So you drop all your meat in there. It probably has some residual dust from when we cooked last time. We do use it. We do use it. And I'll open up the door just so you guys can see. So there's 2 sliding doors on this, so you can get a nice full breeze during the summer.
Nice.
So the pool is there, and it's big enough. So if you want to splash around, you can do those things.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. And it's very open too.
It's definitely open. And then this is just our sitting area. So a formal sitting area if you want to entertain guests. Obviously you have a nice breezeway from here to the pool. So you can entertain multiple people, drinks, food, and all those types of things. And then we, of course, decided, since drinking is probably one of the things is nice to do around here. We made a little bar area right here so we can have our drinks and sit right here at the bar and catch the view outside of these 2 windows and the nice open door that we have right here. So that's that.
Okay. And can you tell us how did you find your place?
I would say we came here on a mission. Last June, we decided that we were going to look for a house. We actually used an app that we call Property 24, and we basically had an idea of the type of house that we wanted. And then this house in particular, we found just by going to an open house on a Sunday, and we decided that this was the house for us. But there are tons of realty companies around here that can help you find a property, whether it be a townhouse, which we have those in the state as well, land, houses, apartments. It's all reasonable and all pretty easy to get to here in South Africa. Okay, awesome. And I just want to take a minute to tell our viewers that may have joined us since we started. Welcome to World Border Breakers with Taiwanda Bason and Lifestyles and Cribs Abroad. This edition is in South Africa, and we're being joined by the awesome Mark Blanton and Dr. LaTasha Blanton, who are showing us their wonderful home. Make sure that you share. And again, if you guys have any questions for them, make sure you jot them down in the comment section, and we'll get to those at the end of the broadcast. So we're going to go ahead and continue. We see that they've tag team now.
Yeah, this is you know, it's funny here in South Africa. And the good thing about being here is that when you buy furniture, a lot of times you go and you order your furniture. You go to a place called Design Corner here in Johannesburg, and you sit down with somebody. They come out to your house. They take all the measurements. They look at everything, and they they sit down and give you a presentation, talk about the colors, or what do you want. They get to know you a little bit so they can decide what's best. And the good part about it is they will make everything custom size, custom everything, the colors you want. And I'll be honest with you, when we was going through the process, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so expensive. But it was no different than going to Bullard's at home or any furniture store and just picking random furniture off the stuff that looks good. You can actually get it custom made to the colors you want. So it's awesome. So what I did have custom made, because I'm from North Carolina. Tasha's from Virginia, by the way. I'm from North Carolina. I had this custom made, this Carolina blue couch. One of my favorites. I like it. We spend a lot of time here. Spend too much time here, actually. And then, of course, it leads out to outside. So just another way to get outside. So when all the windows are open, especially in the spring and the summertime, get a beautiful breeze coming in the morning. It's awesome. And of course, normal stuff, TV, things along that line. Now, I think as far as one thing I want to bring up, property tax. There's no such thing. They don't have property tax here. You don't have a year. No property tax is awesome. Yeah, and as an African American, you can have property here as well. So it works.
Cool. That's awesome because there are countries, for instance, like China, where you are not allowed to buy land there or property. Yeah. To own it for yourself as a foreigner. So so that's good to know for those who maybe want to go abroad, but then maybe they're worried about retirement or, yes, you're going to be able to have something of their own if they stay in like another country. So that's good to know.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing people don't realize too is that right now, especially now, for the last pretty much since we've been here, the exchange rate is, when I say the exchange rate, the amount of the dollar, turns into to the local currency, it's extremely high right now. You could take $1 US and get 14.5 of theirs today. When I first started coming here, it was 1 to 9, and I thought I was doing great. I can pretty much do what I wanted. Now it's even higher. So the opportunities are here in reference to your spending powers. Like I know you said something about people who may retire or things along that line. Your money just goes further. Just tell me. Just say it. Okay. We're going this way, and this is our kitchen. We over here, I know in the States, they have it here too, Samsung, but Smeg is one of the better brands. That's the ones everybody wants. So we was fortunate enough with our exchange rate to get us Smeg appliances. One's a freezer and one's a refrigerator, and so forth. And then, of course, all this cabinetry comes with it. It's all standard stuff. And of course, I had to get a Carolina Blue toaster because I'm Carolina Blue to the end, and so forth. So I hope that kind of explains our kitchen. One thing that's different than in the U.S., completely different, is that they have a thing called a scullery, which is kind of like two kitchens in one. You see all this cabinetry, you can put everything you need, sink and so forth, but I'm gonna walk around here. And as I'm walking around, I'm going to another room. This is where this is where it goes down. So you have your sink over here, and this is where you wash your dishes, have all your extra supplies, your extra dishes, your extra everything, all your cleaning supplies. And so forth. Tasha has also set up her a little sanctuary as well. She has a little sanctuary, so I'm proud of her because she set it up. But everything you need is in here, so you don't have dishes laying around out in your main area and all that. And even when you're preparing food, you could do it back here as well. So it's an extra added bonus, and we kind of like it as well.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a second kitchen.
Yes, yes.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, they would never say second kitchen because to them it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
To have a celery.
We'll come over here. We're going to go outside now.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to walk around the house and take you to the pool, and then if anybody has any questions, we'll answer them from there.
Okay. Awesome. So guys, if you have any questions, remember, jot those down in the comment section for us, and we'll get to those at the end of the broadcast. So we're going out there. You guys have an awesome home.
Thank you. So I'll let Mark do this part. Garden hose.
Yeah, but basically this is just the outside. If you notice, they have a lot of walls. At first we was like, all these walls, I'm not used to it. But actually now I'm kind of happy because you have a lot of privacy when you walk out. And normally when you come to a house, people like to entertain. People entertain a lot. It kind of keeps the music in. It kind of does a lot for you. So, we kind of like it and so forth. So as we're going this way, this time next year, this will be a fabulous garden. But this is the view of the house from the outside. So this is what
awesome, very nice. Wow.
And then this is where we hang out. This is winter, so it's not ready yet. But this is the pool. This is where we hang out. And believe it or not, this deep end down here is deep. It's deep, very deep. So
wow. You said, okay, so you said it's very deep. Is it more than 12 feet then?
No, well, actually, I'm not that tall. I'm only like 5'6" and a half, 5'7". I'm 5'7". I'm going 5'7". And so it is. So yeah, it's well over my head. I was surprised with the first time I jumped in. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. It's like a little small pool. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So I want to ask you guys, what is the price range for your home and maybe the average for homes there?
Okay. Well, I can tell you, in this community, it's roughly about 5,000 homes, literally. And everybody normally what they do is they get a builder or they get an architect and they build their homes primarily based off what they want. So you sit down, whatever design you want. There is no cookie cutter home. Like there's not another home like mine. There's not another home like somebody else's. So everybody has their own home. For one. For two, we do have townhouses. And those things are nice. They're very nice. So I would say US dollar wise, I think you can probably, in this particular neighborhood, it's gated. We own a golf course. Later on, we go into the clubhouse. They always have events and things there. I would say you probably could get in from as low as $180,000 US dollars, $1,000.
Wow.
And I think some of the more expensive homes, roughly about 400 to 450 homes. And like I said, these are built out of brick and mortar.
Legitimate brick and mortar.
Yeah, but not with no mortar. But they use concrete. So, but yeah, that's generally the price range.
Okay. And along with when you mentioned, I remember Dr. LaTasha had said you can't huff and puff
and blow the house down. Ain't no sticks.
Oh, okay. And so you guys are getting ready to show us the neighborhood. So can you tell us a little bit about it? Maybe along the way as you're going or.
Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can cruise through the neighborhood. Just show you a few more homes in this area, because this area is still being built up. We're in the back of the community. So we're in the last throes, but this is the final phase. So, but that's kind of where we are. So we're gonna jump into one of these cars here. And lastly, I like to. This is the garage here. Let me flip it around.
Okay.
If you don't mind. This is the garage, and of course, you live in a golf community. You got to have golf clubs. So there they are, and we actually get out and go. And I like it because they actually make the floors tile as well,
nice.
And so forth. So we kind of like that. And then here comes Tasha, nice. And so forth. So here you go, Tasha. Let me make you hold on to this, and then we're gonna drive through the neighborhood real slow.
So we're gonna go through the neighborhood.
Oh, awesome. Wow, you guys said there are like 5,000 homes there.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Yeah, 5,000 homes. So the community is rather large. Let me
Okay, so while they're getting ready, guys, to show us some of the neighborhood.
Okay, so we're in the car now, but we're going to flip the camera around when we get.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, remember to jot your questions down if you have any for Mark and Dr. LaTasha in the real South Africa. You guys are getting a chance to see their neighborhood there. They're taking us for a drive through, and you can notice everything that they have there is so awesome. So, wow. Yes.
This is Africa.
Nice. So much different from what people may have heard or seen about Africa.
Yeah, for sure.
That is nice, nice, nice. And you guys said there are 5,000 homes.
This place is large, and like I said, they have many estates out here that, you know, I mean, they have equestrian estates. They have that. This is a golf estate. They hang out here. They have some stuff that you would be like, I just cannot believe is, you know, even being built, let alone in Africa. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite houses right here on the corner. I love this house.
Wow.
And there's a brother over there.
And there's a black dude doing this.
Show these little knuckleheads over here.
Oh, hold up. There's some little kids over there playing. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, we can't really make them out so much, but
yeah, but they're playing. They're playing. All right, so we're gonna.
Wow, this is so nice.
And keep in mind, you know, in the summertime, everything is green. You know, just like in the U.S., because right now we're in the winter. So when we do this, if we do this again, then it'll be nice and warm outside, and it'll be more people walking. You know, most people look like us, you know, fortunately, and whatnot. But all this came about. All this came about because we decided to come on a trip. We came here, we visited, we came several times, and then we just, you know, ultimately had to make a decision on what we really wanted to do with ourselves. So, but this is the neighborhood, and you will see several people still building homes, still moving in, and so forth.
Wow, and the sky is so nice.
Yeah, and this is winter. Only imagine the summer. And these young ladies going for a walk here, in some of the nicer homes, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and like I said, we're not wealthy people. I mean, we lived in a nice house in America, but we could just buy more here because the U.S. dollar goes, you know, it goes far.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that looks like, is that kind of like Spanish tile or looks kind of.
You can build a house however you want.
Yeah, whatever you decide, then that's what you can have, because everything is here. And I like it because it's mostly us are the ones who are building the homes. I mean, literally the guys who are building the homes, they usually use you don't see a lot of machinery. You see a lot of people with the construction putting it together. So they're in some ways artisans because they're putting it all together. And if you look all the way down there, we get closer to it. Like this house on the right here, Tasha's getting ready to show you. We've been watching this being built, and it's 3 levels. It's massive.
That's a gorgeous house.
Yeah, you're probably talking about 9,000 square feet.
Yeah,
easy. Yeah.
I'm gonna pan back around to the front so you can see. You can't really see, but you can see all that greenery up front. That's part of the golf course.
Oh, okay. I love golf. I've only gotten past the swing. No, I've never played, but I was taking lessons in Korea to swing And it was almost time for me to go. I wanted to go to the range, but my instructor said I wasn't ready. So, but I want to
over the bridge there. There's people over there playing golf. I don't know if you can see over the bridge, but they're over there playing.
Yeah. And then, another thing too, that that the utilities are way less than they are in the United States. Like the water, gas. I think water. We have water. What is it?
It's just water and electricity.
Yeah, water, electricity, and trash removal.
Yeah.
Is pretty inexpensive. I think roughly about $100 US.
Awesome. So it seems like we have a little break, but I'm sure they're going to be back there driving around to show us the neighborhood.
For the month. And as you see, we've been driving for a while, and we're still in the neighborhood, and we didn't even go down all the streets. We just went down the main street.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mark said, we live in the back of the community, so the last phase of the development is where we are. So we're in the very back. So all of these houses are, of course, built first, and it takes longer to get to our house because we're in the back. So just driving up to the clubhouse now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of speed bumps because you have to be safe. There's tons of kids running around here. The last thing you want to do is knock one of them.
Yeah. Yes. Now, Mark, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but how about the electricity? Like, is it kind of expensive there or not?
No, it's not. It's roughly, I think I mentioned it was like roughly about $100 a month, US dollars. Like I said, and that includes your electricity, your water, and then it also includes your trash removal as well. And they come once a month. I mean, once a week, and then they do the other thing, which is the what's it called?
Recycling?
Yeah.
Recycle. It's easy to do here. You have to pay extra to do that. Like some places, because some places, I think some places in the States you have to pay extra to recycle, which makes no sense. But
yeah, I'm gonna park over here, then we just walk over there.
All right, so guys over there on the driving range there.
Awesome. And guys, remember, if you have any questions, jot those down in the comment section, and we'll get to those at the end of the podcast. Awesome. What a nice neighborhood you guys are in. This is awesome. We'll definitely have to maybe come back, like when, because it looks so green to me now, but you guys were saying like in the summertime it's green, and so we're gonna have to see what it looks like in the summertime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm getting you in front. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, we can see.
But this is the golf course.
That's the putting green.
Putting green.
Putting green there.
And then over here is the clubhouse itself.
Okay.
And so forth. And like I said, this is all included, and so forth. So a lot of people do rent here as well. I mean, I guess rent is very affordable as well. So it's, if you want to come, you can rent and whatnot. But South Africa itself is just absolutely amazing. We try to get people to come simply because we not only we want them to see this, but there's so much to see, and so many people want to come and they say, I want to see all the poor areas, and they have them, but the people that were poor moved into the richer areas, and because they really work hard and they want to showcase their country, and they want people like yourselves to come and see, and that's basically what they want. They want people to come see what they've done, with themselves over the last 25 years of apartheid. So let's go this way.
And guys,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
From South Africa today. So I hope you guys are enjoying the view.
Let me just go there.
Yeah, like we're all at 40 minutes.
So do you have any other questions real quick?
Let's see. Well, do you have any along the lines of, I guess, moving to South Africa, or are living there, or whether they just want to come for tourism? Do you have any tips or tricks that you want to share with us?
Yeah. Actually, like tips, and everybody had the same common thread of the same story. They came here on a visit. They either came as a tourist and they enjoyed themselves and like wow, trips. They made connections here with the local South Africans and other Africans. And the other crowd usually comes here on to a job. They get a job like with USAID, and they get the opportunity to visit, and it helps them out because, especially as a Black.
Okay, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a brief loss of connection right here, but you are with us. World Border Breakers with Taiwanda Bason, Lifestyles and Cribs Abroad, coming to you from the real South Africa. If you are just joining us, we have been going along with Mark Blanton and Dr. LaTasha Blanton, the founders and owners of the Real South Africa. They're out in the neighborhood now, so the connection is maybe a little bit spotty. However, I'm sure they're going to come right back to join us. And I want to remind you, if you guys have any questions, if you joined us later on, make sure you jot those down in the comment section for them, and we're going to answer them at the end of the broadcast. Let's see. Hi, Kim Z. Thank you for joining us. So I'm pretty sure they're going to come back momentarily. However, they are in South Africa, right outside of Johannesburg, South Africa. So we thought that we would give you a tour of their awesome neighborhood, because they have an amazing home, and not only that, but the entire neighborhood is like off the chain. Okay, so yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. They've answered a lot of questions for us throughout the broadcast, so gonna see if we can get them back on in a little bit. So bear with me. We are towards the end of the broadcast, but they took us for a trip outside through the neighborhood so that we can kind of see how everyone is living there, how the homes look, and the variety that is there in South Africa. Okay, so let's see. They lost the connection, so I'm gonna see if they can come back in. Let's see. So hang in there with us. And of course, remember the replay is going to be available after we finish the broadcast too. So you guys can look out for that. It'll be available right at the post, and you can also find it on my page. Okay, so I'm checking with them to see if they're able to get back in with us. Yes. So you saw their wonderful home. If you joined us like at the beginning and throughout, which is an amazing home. So I hope that you guys can catch the replay if you didn't catch it from the beginning, because they started outside and they took us throughout the entire home and then outside around, and now they're in the neighborhood. So I'm gonna see if I can get the link to them for them to join, because they lost connection just for a brief moment. So I'm going to send the link to them to see if they can rejoin us, since they lost the connection. And just remember, go ahead and jot down any questions that you may have for them. Also, if you're watching the replay, you can jot your questions down as well, because we'll be able to go back and check the comments. But I really want to thank you guys for joining us and for having patience. Hopefully they can come back. They were at the Clubhouse and also the golf course or the golf range in their neighborhood. So that's where we lost the connection at. And I love golf, guys. Let's see if we can get them back. Yes, Kimsey, it is very beautiful there. And right now is winter time. So in the winter, they said that I guess it's green. It's green as we can see, but they were saying in the summertime it's gonna be green. And I was like, whoa, if it's already green now from what I see, the beautiful trees, the grass, I can imagine what it looks like in the summertime. So we may have them back again when summer hits South Africa, since it is winter now. Okay, so we're waiting.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay. Okay. We got you back.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I explained to them that we lost the connection, and you guys were going to try to see if you could come back in.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. All right. So did anybody have any questions in the meantime while we were watching?
Well, one of our viewers, Kimsey Brown, who joins most of the broadcast, she was just saying hello, and she said that it's beautiful there. So,
she said it is beautiful. Tell her thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Kimsey. So they said thank you very much. I'm pretty sure, like in the USA right now, it's like super early in the morning. So
yeah, it's like 8:30. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see the golf course a little bit more.
Okay.
And just the view that we have here on a regular basis. So we enjoy it.
Awesome. And a previous someone else who was looking forward to the broadcast, he was just saying that it's awesome stuff to be able to get to see South Africa. So hopefully he's able to tune in and to see it now.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, Kimsey was saying yes, morning here. So
it is morning. I guess I think you want your own sun, but there's nothing like the South African sun. I promise you that.
Wow. Now, I know you all said that it's 68 degrees there, but is that considered cold to the natives there?
In the afternoon, in the middle of summer, you're talking about 95 degrees, no humidity, very nice. You don't sweat all day. At night, it's roughly about 70. So everybody still wearing t-shirts, looking dapper, because these people love their fashion. Um, so I would say.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're losing the connection kind of, so we can't really hear everything that you're trying to say right now, Mark. Uh-oh. Looks like we lost them again. But it's a good thing that they're trying to show us the outside, but you guys know how connections can be outside. So they've gone pretty far, like from their home, their amazing home, and they're right now in I believe maybe the center of like where they're living, where they have the clubhouse and also the golf range and some other awesome things that the residents there can do. And again, this is Lifestyles and Cribs Abroad coming to you from the real South Africa. And we have the awesome couple, Mark and Dr. LaTasha Blanton. I'm looking here, they sent me a message. So gonna see if we can get them back in. Because maybe they can see us, but I can't see them. Can you guys see them? Can you guys see them? I think it looks like their video is coming back in.
Okay. I had to sit still for a second. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you and see you now.
Okay, good. Did you hear anything that we said about the weather at all?
I heard it was breaking up when Mark was talking. I heard him say about 95, but it was pretty much breaking up like what he was saying.
Okay. So you asked us if it was cold to them around 68, and the answer is yes. They're walking around in fur coats, boots, you name it. If it does get cold, our version of cold, it's about 40 degrees. And at that point, they're thinking you're nuts to be going outside. It's too damn cold. So yes, 68 degrees is cold to them, very much so.
Okay, so that explains why a lot of people are not outside. You know what? That actually describes like my hometown. So in America, so when you said that, like growing up, I was like, oh, I love like the fall and winter. It's cool. I can wear shorts and a jacket. No. And people, they did the exact same thing. Like people would break out the fur coats and like
because it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can easily wear like a light jacket if you want to, but with the sun coming in like it is right now, you'll be burning up in no time. But that's for us. But for them, they're like, nah, I need all my coats on. It's cold as shit out here. So that's how they're rolling right now. Now the people that are playing golf are obviously probably, burning more energy. So they have on, pants and short sleeve shirts, and they're fine. But most people are fully covered right now. Fully covered.
I probably would be too. That's how and I realized that the weather, even here in Vietnam, it was like in Celsius around between 19 and maybe 25.
That's hot. That's warm.
It's getting there.
Well, to the people here, okay, so like they had jackets, but I found it interesting because even though they would have the jackets and maybe they'll look at me like they'd be like, "Are you cold?" Like they would still wear flip flops though. Like,
for sure. They're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "I'm freezing." They're like, "No, it's not cold."
No, to them it was cold. It was cold. So they were asking me if I was cold because maybe I wouldn't have on a jacket. Maybe I just have on.
Yeah. You're right. We get that too. They're like, "Aren't you cold?" We're like, "No, it's not cold." You'll be at a restaurant. They'll be offering you blankets. You're like, "Why don't you blanket?" Like, it's cold. It's like, no, it's fine. It's okay.
Oh my goodness, a blanket.
Yeah, they'll bring you a blanket. All kinds of stuff when you're at a restaurant. They make sure they don't like being cold. Trust me.
Me neither. So that I'll fit in very well.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
And I will point out though, like that's just me. Like actually in my immediate family growing up, like they could stand like cooler temperatures, and they like the air conditioning. But I'm just kind of I don't like being cold. So like it's just me and my
You real
family.
black. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know nobody black that like being cold, so you good.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So this was so awesome. Oh, and Kinsey. So Kinsey said that she would love to travel to South Africa. And she would love to be in 68-degree weather because it's hot in Florida, she said.
Tell her to come on. Tell her to send us a message. info@therealsouthafrica.com. We've got packages for single people, couples, groups, you name it. It's all affordable. Hop on the plane, get here. We will be happy to greet you, take you around, show you South Africa, all the weather, the food, the people, the culture. It's everything that you could possibly dream of, and just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, I also have their information. It's going across the screen right now. You can reach them on their website, also their email address, and where you can reach them on Facebook at The Real South Africa. So make sure, Kimsey and all of you who are watching either now or watching the replay, that you jot down their information and reach out to them. Yes. Those are the people that you would want to go to in South Africa, because they are expats. Okay. So they know what you would possibly go through or like experience going to like a foreign place. And they've already been there. They visited before they moved there. Yes. So you would definitely want to contact them, and they're going to make sure that you have an awesome time while you're there as well.
For sure. We would love that. Thank you for the opportunity, Miss Taiwanda.
You are so welcome. I thank you guys for allowing us to see it, because again, one of the reasons why I was excited to have you guys on is because, of course, I saw the video before that Mark had shared of someone else's home, and I was looking like, it's like a mansion. And I wanted people to see what actually is within what I call the motherland, but you got to specifically in South Africa, because most of the images, at least for me, like growing up, they always depict Africa, the entire continent, not just one country, but the entire continent as being like poor, not safe. Like there's nothing there that everyone has to continue to like give because they're in need. And that's when I saw what I saw in the video, guys. I was like, I'm not even gonna say what I thought, because growing up, like your mom will probably tell you when you're eating and you may not have want to eat everything, was like, well, the starving children in South Africa, and of course we have starving children all over the world, but that's the only thing that they will push for Africa. So, and it's not true. I was like, they probably want to send food to me.
And actually, the food is really good here.
And actually, the food is phenomenal. Really and that lady's house that you spoke of, ironically enough, I think Mark mentioned she's from Augusta, Georgia. She's been here for quite a few years, so she's been able to establish herself very nicely. And she lives there by herself. That's just her home. So that's just her. It's by herself. Yeah. 3-car garage, pool. You saw it. So.
Yeah. Wow. I was thinking, because I know he didn't mention it. I know he mentioned her, but I was like thinking, oh, she must have like family, her husband, and maybe
it's her.
Yeah. I think most of her family lives in the U.S. But it's funny that you mentioned about Africa in general, because people do put it all in one big bowl. It's kind of like saying, okay, like the one lady that spoke about being in Florida, and then saying, okay, well, somebody says, well, I've been to Nebraska, so
I've been to America.
So so that's the whole United States. You would literally be like, no, you haven't been everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like here, somebody might go, they might show you one part of Africa, or even those who have visited to maybe different parts of Africa. And I can honestly tell you, that South Africa is basically the jewel of Africa itself.
For sure.
All the other people from other nations and countries, when they want to go on vacation, they want to come here. When they want to go shopping and do things, they want to come here. So South Africa is like the jewel of all of it. And like I said, for us, we're fortunate that we are in the tourism business. They have opened it up all for us. That we got invited to pretty much everything. So with that being said, if you come down here, we're going to take care of you. We got all the inside stuff.
And we enjoy that part.
Yeah.
We enjoy learning new things. There's always something. I mean, no days like the day before. It's always something new. And we get so excited. We want to show everybody everything at one time. But it takes time. So just keep in mind that, we frequented, almost 9-10 years before moving here. And even though we live here now, we're still finding new things every day. And those new things we want to share with the people that come to visit. So as we're putting our packages together for people, we're always thinking, oh, we should take them here. And then the beauty of the package is that once you get here, if there's something happening in town that we find out at the last minute, we're going to make sure you attend that, because you have to know what it's like to just be on the fly and get immersed in the culture when you're here and the people, and just have them accept you. So we make sure that you enjoy as much of it as you can while you're here, whether it's 6 days, 10 days, 13 days, a month. We're going to make sure you get fully immersed in what it feels like to be in Africa and be a part of the majority as a Black person.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That is good to know. And again, something else that I thought about, I'm so glad that I talked to you guys, because a lot of times people, they may make their choices based on other people's experiences. When going to a place. And again, I've met some people recently, most of them, their experiences, they were from South Africa, but they pretty much, I guess, like anywhere we go in the world, because some people have the same idea of like America, and where because they've left for some negative feeling about their country. And I guess it's, again, like all countries, people, they feel like that. But to actually see, because again, like I said, the few people I met from South Africa in this recent time that I'm traveling, they had some negative things to say. And so I'm like thinking like, oh wow, like it's so bad, because they're like, no, there's the water and it's like something else, and now I see you guys and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And it always just depends on where you get your information from. We're aware that South Africa is not for everybody, but we do say that if you're questioning, if you're curious about it, you need to come and see it. You need to come and experience it for yourself. If you're not looking for anything in particular, then if you're one of those people that are going to find something wrong with everything, then this is not the place for you. So we reserve, the right to say those things, because we did make the choice to move here and accept all of the great things that are here. It's not perfect, but it's what's best for us. And you're right. I'm sure you've talked to some people that say, it depends on what persuasion they are. They'll tell you that it's dangerous, that it's this, that it's that. Yeah. I mean, every place that you go has the opportunity to be dangerous, but you just have to be mindful and use common sense anytime you're in your hometown, or whether you're traveling. It's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up so you guys can get along with your day. By the way, what time is it in South Africa now?
It's 3:00.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 3. The fun part about it, in this building right behind me, they're going to have a jazz session later on this evening, and they're going to bring in the food, and they're going to bring in the wine. And we're going to be up here with our little chairs and just chilling right here on the golf course.
Get some more drinks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So, but before we go, can you guys go ahead and tell them how they can reach out to you? I see Kimsey. She said before when you guys mentioned come on, she was like, I will. So she's gonna reach out to you guys. Yes. And can you tell them one more time how they can reach you?
So you can find us on Facebook at therealsouthafrica.com. You can reach us by email at info@therealsouthafrica.com. You can find us on Twitter at @r_South_Africa. And what are the other ones? Oh, Instagram, The Real South Africa 18.
But the best way to do it, I'm gonna give you the inside.
The best way to do it.
Slide over.
I'm gonna move.
Slide over.
Okay.
Here's the inside. Okay, for everybody that needs to know, we still have a U.S. number. So we have two ways. We have the 844 Wakanda. That's a real number. If you dial 844 Wakanda, you'll get me or LaTasha or one of our people on the phone. 844 Wakanda. Now, if you want to send us a text message, we still can text message us at 540-699-0932. I repeat, 540-699-0932. You can send us a text message and we can start going back and forth in texting, and we can ultimately build your trip, and voila, you'll be here with us. Fair enough.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, like you don't see this going across the screen, so make sure you jot it down, and always you can go rewind the replay as well. Exactly. To get the numbers, and I think almost everybody knows Wakandas. Almost everybody.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there anything that you guys would like to share, like before we go?
Yeah, just a little bit, just to come and enjoy the African sun. It's awesome. I'm trying to tell you, and most people when they get here, it's a funny thing. We talk to them on the phone, we talk to them via email, and they have all these concerns and what about this, what about that, and they get here and they finally get off the plane at OR Tambo Airport. We pick them up. They get in the car, and after about a few hours, let alone a day, if I brought up their concerns, they'll be like, "Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now?" They're not even concerned. They're just having a good time. And so we say, "Okay, well, let's go," and we get it in. And then they get on the plane. Oh, the last little thing, they get on the plane, getting ready to go back to the U.S., and they're so sad. They're so sad. I've been there. I know what it feels like. So I will coach you on the way back when we're at the airport, saying, "Look, just what you do when you get back. Tell no one." And I'll just
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys again for joining us today, Mark and Dr. LaTasha, and giving us a glimpse of the real South Africa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great night.
Thank you. And we also want to thank our viewers for joining us as well, and those who are watching the replay. So make sure that you reach out to them if you're ready to go to the motherland. You would want to start in South Africa and contact Mark and Dr. LaTasha Blanton at the Real South Africa. Okay. And I also want to tell you guys, if you would like to reach out to me or find out more about what I'm doing, and stay tuned for more episodes of Lifestyles and Cribs Abroad, you can reach me at TaiwandaBason.com or on Facebook and Instagram at Taiwanda Bason. And I'm sure we're going to try to have it back on again when the summertime comes. Okay. So you want to. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.